Okay, beautiful. So our recording is there. Yay. And welcome to the show, everyone. I'm saying show really. Well, um, in the sense, words just don't fall out by fluke. But in the sense that our life, this one, it's pretty much like a show. It's pretty much a show in the sense that this is the movie that we wanted to see this time. So if you think of a dream, for example, every night we all have dreams, we probably have multiple dreams. And what how a dream feels to us is how a life feels to our soul as such. Because our soul, we are not just this person in the body, like you're talking to Kanika, which is me in this body right now, previous lives or future lives. I might be a man, I might be someone else. And we've all had various incarnations. So, this for the soul experience is pretty much like a show. All right, but let's get into this. So, this session is really around healing beyond the physical. So, using energy to heal. And today is a free energy healing experience. What you will learn is to really use your body's own natural rhythm to balance and to heal. So, we'll just start doing that. So let me start by talking about someone we have on the call with us. His name is Nitin, and he's one of my clients. We started working together, I guess, some time ago. Nitin, you look very, very different now. So this is the time, and I pick up this example because this is a very obvious example as to what energy shift can do. Right. There's so many other examples around how people have found better relationships and so on, but that's not a physical thing that I can show. And hence I picked this one up. So this is one of my clients. And when we started working together, on the outside, you could just see that he was very obese and he really wanted to change that about him. And people think about weight very differently. Weight is also very energetic. It's very energetically tied. It also can mean that you're just carrying a lot of weight. You're struggling with what others are saying. You're trying to keep that in your space, and hence weight stat. So he wanted to have a lot more movement. He wanted to be a lot more fitter, be able to do his everyday tasks and so on. And that time, the aspiration was to go on stage and become a bodybuilder. And it was just hard because, when you are looking like that, it's hard to go on stage. But as we started with this energy work, it got him that confidence to be able to just be on stage and lose weight. And although losing weight is partly the thing, that yep, you lost weight, there's a whole lot more with our bodies that we are carrying inside. So Nathan, maybe if you wanted to add one or two sentences while you're here and just talk about your story and how that shift was for you from being overweight to now, and how energy work helped you in that would be great.
Yeah, I think um, weight um, and any other physical manifestation like headaches, physical illness, back pain, anything that we sort of start accepting in life as this is how it is generally a manifestation of emotional baggage. What I realized was as soon as I started letting go, forgiving, clearing my energy, I didn't feel the need to go to, my comfort zone, which was food in most cases. And then weight started coming off easily. I had a lot more energy to exercise. I felt like living my life a little more. And I think Sunil will also, relate with other things which, can sort of become everyday thing about headaches and all. They can all be cured by energy. Energy is sort of the guiding factor for a lot of our physical manifestations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Nitin, for just putting that in. And just to explain, I've taken a very physical example because this is just very clear. This is what we can talk about. Um, um, Yes, so this is something that's very visible, that's very tangible. But on the other hand, there are other shifts that you can have with energy. So, what I'm teaching when I talk about energy healing, and I'll just quickly come to me and who I am. But before I get into it, just energy healing as such, our body is a composition of our physical body, how we are here right now. Our body is a composition of what we carry in our emotional space and mental space. So, my thoughts, my mindset, am I thinking positively, or am I really thinking that, the world's going to fall down or the world's not looking after me? And then that's what I attract. Um, that's the mental space. There's also the emotional space. Someone said something and I need to let go. So, that's the emotional, that's the pain that we can carry within us. And then there is the energetic body, which is the sum of everything. It's the sum of whatever's happened with me in the previous past lifetimes as well, and all those patterns. Like a lot is during this life, whatever's happened to me in my childhood and how I feel because of that. And we operate out of that. But I'm also carrying imprints from how I was lifetimes ago. And if we look at our human race in general, as we've grown up, Earth hasn't always been the easiest to survive. It's been hard to live out in the open. We've had wars, we've had to really fight, and so on. So we're all really wired for that, and we all really come from a pattern of scarcity. So when we really want to expand and have the better things in life, have more peace, have joyous relationships, or we want to feel more connected, the first thing we've done is because we felt scared and we felt so afraid, we've disconnected. So as we start doing that connection, more and more abundance that starts coming into us as well. So I will talk more through this throughout our session today. But just briefly, before we get into that, who am I? Why should you listen to me? I'll just share my story and I'll let you make that up, um, how that would relate to you. So, by background, I'm an MBA professional. I'm also an engineer. So, I was very, very black and white growing up, meaning that if I was looking at life, it was very much like something was good or something was bad. It was very binary. Nothing in between existed for me. Everything had to have, like, okay, this I'm doing, then what is the result of that? If this, then that. This is a very famous school that I went to. It's one of the top MBA schools in the world in Barcelona. It's called ASA Business School. I actually got a scholarship to go there. So I have had very fortunate and a very blessed professional background. This is my class, really international. And on the outside, you can see me. I'm here in this nice orange shawl. Um, I look really happy. On the outside, I'm doing things that everybody in life expects you to do, go out, have a good education, study, get married, so on. That happened later. Um, but here, it definitely looks like I'm having a good time. This is again with my team members at the school. This is me working my corporate job here in Perth, in Australia. These are some of the countries that I've lived in. These are places where I've lived, where I've worked for more than 3 months. I've had the fortune of really leading multi-million dollar projects across the world for various big companies. Here are some of the companies that I worked for. So on the outside, it really looked as if life was glorious, life was really, really good. But inside, I just did not feel like that. I felt burnt out. I also did not feel like I was always comparing. I just was not happy. Comparing in the sense that it didn't matter what I did, what I achieved, it always felt like something was less. I discovered later on, though, that why I was doing that, why I really wanted to always prove and just have more and more and more, was because I had a very fundamental belief that, oh, I was not getting enough love, so I have to show more. I have to do more so that I get more love. uh, as I kept working through me and as I worked through that belief, I also realized that the moment I cleared that, life just became a lot easier. Love also became a lot easier. So, what I'm coming here is that sometimes we have external achievements, but they don't always mean that internally we are happy. At least I wasn't. So, this is me with my son. And then after a short while, I was pregnant. So, perhaps this first slide sums up, let's say, Facebook, or sums up, what people would see socially, right? This, what I'm sharing, is what's happening inside. This slide is where I have my son, and first time, like I have my son, I'm starting to be a little bit more at home. I have my first pause, so to speak, and I am realizing that, oh, I'm not happy. This is the time when I started trying some healing modalities, and it just didn't work. I would sit down and I would try and quiet my mind, and maybe even if I did, what would happen is that the minute I finished, I would just go back to the world would be exactly the same, and I felt like I had not shifted anything. And I think for me, life just held something, like I had to go down this road where it just kept going down and down, and I kept feeling worse and worse. And so here I have my daughter. I lost her. Um, I was 31 weeks pregnant with her, and then one day there was no heartbeat. I did not feel any movement. I went to the doctors and realized that I had lost her. So this was a very, very poignant time for me. Uh, it's even hard to explain what was happening because, and I think it had to manifest this way because when I had to give birth to her, um, that was all the shame came along there, guilt came along there, and I really could not run away for the first time that, hey, I am unhappy and I need to do something about it. But she became my teacher, and she is the one who's led me on an upward path. And it is through her and in trying to connect with her that I've discovered this path of energy healing that I'm going to share with you. So, that time, as gloomy as life sounds, my son was about 2.5 years old, and I had lost a daughter. My son was this. And at this age, you really can't tell them that, hey, this has happened. Mommy needs to cry. Mommy cannot get out from bed. He's just looking at me and he's going, why are you not playing with me? And it was very funny, right? Because on the one hand, I really, really wanted to cry, and I was crying because I'd lost a baby. And then on the other hand, there's this beautiful little child who's like, Mommy, let's play. And he's just wondering, like, why are you not playing? Why are you crying? Like, what's wrong in your world? So I think I was learning about life from both my kids. One taught me, my daughter taught me how to think about life and how life is to be lived. And this little child at that time and still continues to show me what life is about, what living is about. So, all my teachings, my work is very much grounded in reality. Whatever I teach you is very much around how you can function every day, be with your families, have more love, go to your jobs, do everything, but just also feel more empowered and more confident every single time as you live your life. So this is some of the other pictures with my son. I don't have my partner on here, but life goes on, and it's a beautiful time. I think I've grown up understanding that losing my daughter was also a blessing because I had to have life really go down. When I post on social media now, these pictures are true pictures. This is me inside and this is me outside. There's no difference. This is how I am on a daily basis. And people who know me very closely will tell you that I'm pretty much that. Now, before we get into our work, I wanted to just talk to you about just energy itself, like I'm talking about, hey, we need to have energy flow, and you've probably heard that as well. And I just wanted to take a little step back and explain why that is, right? Because we've got few different parts. I wanted to talk to our mental, logical part right now. So think of an animal in the wild, let's say a zebra here, and imagine the zebra gets attacked by a lion. So the first thing is the zebra sees the lion, the zebra starts running because it is trying to run, it's trying to survive for life, and it runs. And then maybe the zebra gets caught, and then again the zebra really tries to flee and it's still moving its body. And maybe then the zebra realizes that, oh, the lion is going to eat me. And so the zebra goes, okay, I'm just going to numb myself and I'm going to freeze myself now so that I do not feel as much pain. So earlier it was moving and then it stops moving. It stops letting the flow happen just because it's going to die and it does not want to feel that pain. And then let's imagine that the lion somehow got distracted, saw some other deers and so on, went there. So the zebra walks away free. And when he's free, when he's undergone that trauma, when he comes out of it, what the zebra does is it still twitches its body a little bit. It still moves it around. And then it's okay. After a while, it's settled, right? And the reason I give you this example is because our DNA is similar. So when we look at us, and I just have this child as an example, she's getting scolded by someone, and we might have had moments like that where we've had something, whether it was small or big, but we've had a trauma. But unlike the zebra, we cannot move. We cannot run away when we want to run. We cannot say the things that we want to say. We cannot move our hands. So all that energy that we felt during that time, you contain it inside and it stores inside in our space. So when you want to manifest all the amazing, great things, that time you want to have that space to bring in all the new high vibration. But because you're carrying all of this stuff that you want to take out from your body, you first need to let that go and then let the new vibration come in. So drop me a heart or, in the chat, or even if you want to unmute and ask any question or have a comment at this time, let me know. Because after this, now we'll move on to the real work. Let me know if this is making sense, if you have anything to say here. Okay, we're good, I assume. All right, thank you. So I have an interesting exercise for you now. And let's just tune in and let's just look at what is your energy now. I've got 3 cards in front of me. I'm going to number them as 1 or 2 or 3. And just go ahead, just pick up any number. You can drop that number in the chat if you wanted to, or you can just think of that number. And what these cards are doing, I pre-picked them because my idea was just to get a sense of energy for the group, because I really want that by the time we all go, we all have a nice healing, we all get upgraded, we all come here, we all get a nice healing, we all get upgraded, and walk away with a tangible shift, right? So just think of any number, and even all the participants will be watching the recording for you as well. Just think of any number, 1 or 2 or 3. All right, great. So I'm getting some answers. Good. Okay, all right. So this is card number 1. This is where we are vibrating at. So before I start showing the cards, before I start really explaining that, just know that when I pick up a card, because you are in this group energy, everything works with vibration. If you are here, we all have this energy. I'm just helping you pick the dominant energy for you at this time. And this is a very big one that I picked up for the group that will be watching today. This is number 1, and this one is a 5 of fire. It's like you can see lots of, this is an angel tarot that I pick. This one is, I'll keep it here. This one is just multiple things in different directions, that there's a lot of busyness going on. There are lots of actions to do. So there's a lot of hard work going on. There's a lot of effort to do, lots of things to really do. And it is around getting busy with the whole chaos. And all the busy action is not always the action that serves you. So it's just a lot of actions. And the guidance here is really to come into your action. Like, what is it that is your divine calling? Instead of focusing on the 10 tasks or 100 that fill your plate, it's around, okay, looking at the one that is just yours. All right, so if you picked a two, this one is for you. This is Six of Earth. Again, I'll bring it a little bit closer to see. It's a nice, really happy card. If that was you. This one, it's got a lot of treasure, both sides, and there's a lovely little angel that's bringing that up. So it is all your efforts are really going to start paying a reward now. So if you pick two, really congratulations. That's what's happening. You still might be feeling that you're doing a lot of work, but it's all coming together. It's all getting to fruition. So whatever you're doing, that's good. And then here's the last one, which is number 3. Love how they were in order. It always happens. I didn't even put them in order, but that's the divine thing. It's Archangel Michael. This one is the Wheel of Fortune in a normal tarot card, perhaps. And if you pick this is again the time for like the positive blessings. A lot can happen, but Wheel of Fortune, things can um, generally, things are supposed to be on the upward side. Things are supposed to happen. Sometimes life can also throw its curveballs, but it's also around trust. It's understanding that whatever comes, it is in your highest interest. Like sometimes there are people who want to go certain places or they want to travel. They really want to do something and they have a huge life accident and they cannot. Um, and that time they might be really distressed by it. But as time goes on, they realize, oh, that was a really good thing. So Wheel of Fortune is really that. It is that the universe is on your side. You're getting a lot of great things, but it's also around trust. So let me know if that resonates. How did you find that with you? And then we'll dive into looking at our energy. How is it? How was it for you? And I'll also take the time while you're typing your comments, I'll also take the time just to tune generally to a group energy and just to see where are we all vibrating, because I really want to make sure that for each of us, we're all having the highest upgrade before we walk away from here. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of busyness and a lot of weight and a lot of sense of fear, a sense of boundaries, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to go out and do this, but it feels as if when we go there, it just feels scary. It feels, um, yeah, we're blocking ourselves. So we will look at that. Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm just looking at the comments now. Good. Happy to know that you loved your trajectory, and then for you, the results are not coming. But let's have a look, because there's time for the results to come. And what I'm sensing in the group, around the group energy, around where we are blocked is our fears. And there's the sense of, well, I need to trust too much. And what if I fall down? And what if I fall again? It's just that trust. Okay, so with that, let's. For some reason, it's not letting me move into the next slide. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, very, very important. Now, let me talk to you about the rules for energy healing, because I'll work us all so we have a nice healing. And here are the rules. This is a very nice, playful space. Actually, just imagine yourself like a nice 3-year-old child. The easier, the more fun you have with it. That's what the universe wants you to do. The more fun you have with it, the more you'll feel your energy shift. There's literally no right, no wrong that you can do here. Like this child's wearing the big heels and she's just having fun because she really feels like she can walk in her mom's heels. Um, Same way, I'm just asking you to just allow yourself to just play. Just have a nice, good time. Don't question, am I doing this right or wrong? You cannot do this wrong, even if you tried. Just have fun, just go with the flow. You might feel like, hey, I don't know if this makes sense. You might not believe it. All of that's okay. I've done that myself. I've been a big skeptical person. And let me know if you have any other doubts right now before we get into the energy work, because I'd like to answer those. But really, just have a really open mind. Just come into it. Even if you are skeptical, you don't need to fully believe it. Just be here, just play. Anything that's coming for anyone? Okay, all right, good. Then this is the golden moment that we were waiting for. All right, so you feel skeptical of how much you can really change, and that's all right. Um, it's fine. Children can be very skeptical too. The 3-year-old girl can be very, very skeptical, like, hey, do I like this? Do I not like this? Um, do I want to color like this? Do I want to eat this new food? And we just tell them, hey, just it's okay, just try, right? It's the same thing. You can be skeptical. Allow yourself to be skeptical. But just have fun. What I would ask you to do is just look at how you are feeling right now, and then look at how you're feeling later on. And then that can give you a shift. Okay, so let's maybe perhaps first do a little diagnostic before we get into our healing part. So just go ahead, close your eyes, and just be in your space. And what you could do is imagine that your legs are getting really, really long and they're going all the way to the center of the earth. Like just getting longer and longer and longer and going all the way into the center. Now, when you connect with the earth, this is your Mother Earth, Gaia. She is the one who was with you even before you were born, because she was waiting for you, just like your parents. So when you were born, she was right there, and she's seen you every single moment of your life. She knows what you're going through, and she knows what you want to do very deeply. Your deepest secrets, your deepest thoughts, your deepest desires. She knows all of those, and she wants to help you. She is your divine mother. So just imagine that your legs are connecting with her and you're really reaching her heart. And imagine that her heart is extending its lovely long arms, really coming out, giving you a hug. So just as you connect with the earth, she is giving you a nice hug. She is cuddling you. And so for now, for this space, right now, you can imagine that you are a child. Just for now, it's okay. And as you come into your mother's lap, perhaps you're feeling heavy. There's so many things you want to let go of. So that's okay. You can just imagine that there's a heavy backpack that you're carrying. And so you can take that out and just give it to Mother Earth. Maybe you're sensing a lot of backache or headache. And just Imagine that all your troubles, they're like little or big rocks that are coming out from your space, and Mother Earth is gently taking away those things, peeling away the thoughts, the heaviness, taking away your stress, and everything that does not serve you. And you don't need to do anything. Just breathe. Just nice deep breath. Just breathe. And notice right where you are sitting, you know, right above your legs in that space. That's where you've got some stuff that you want to let go, but that you don't want to let go. You're a little bit scared. You're like, I'm not ready. So I invite you to just look at the bags around you. There are lots of bags right where you are sitting. There are lots of bags that you can imagine. Some are green, some are brown, some are black, some are some other color. Some are big, some small. So just walk around, look at all these bags, and notice how all of these bags are sitting with you, as if you have to carry that weight. So now Mother Earth is looking at you and she's smiling and she's asking, do you want to get rid of some of these bags? And so you can just start taking away these bags and giving it to her. One by one. And she can just take them. This is all the negative energy that's in your space. And then she takes all of this negative stuff and she's converting into pure positive energy, just taking it away from you. So just allow the healing to happen. It's like automatically all these bags are going away. And notice how where you are connected with the earth, there's like a tunnel of energy. It's a big channel of energy that's flowing from your legs right into the earth. And all your heaviness is just starting to go away from this big, deep channel. Almost magnetically, the earth has a magnetic pull. So it just starts pulling away all your pain, starts taking that away. And so a lot of the stuff that is not serving you starts going away. There's some people who were bothering you. There's some conversations that are in the space. There's some rules that you have to do things a certain way. And the earth is just really pulling it all. Almost as if it's sucking all of that negative stuff out. Like a giant vacuum cleaner. So just sit. Now you have more space to breathe, so you can take a nice deep breath. And just allow more and more of this stuck energy to go away from your space. And notice how you have some repeating patterns in your life. Like something that you want to get out of, but you just always feel like, hey, I'm stuck here. You really want to change it, but you are stuck. So you can just imagine that all those patterns, they just start falling down into the earth as well. And you can just sit on your chair, nice and relaxed, just allowing all of this cleaning and all of this healing to happen. And as you sit and enjoy this beautiful sanctuary, notice the sun starts to shine above you, right above your head. There's this beautiful, strong, golden beam of light that's pouring onto you, on your entire body, into all of your cells. And all of your cells start getting a healing. So maybe just look at one cell in front of your mind's eye. Just imagine that you've got one cell in front of you. It's like a nice circular shape that you are seeing. And then notice that it had blackish, darkish energy first. And that went into the earth. And the sun is just filling it with high vibration gold energy. So it's like all of you is getting healed, is getting refreshed from the inside. Your muscles, your veins, every single cell is turning into gold, pure high vibration. And this is the sun. The sun is the divine father. He's the divine provider. So as you're taking energy from the sun, just tell the sun that, hey, I would like to have more of wealth. I would like to have more joy. I'd like to have more happiness. And just allow the sun to give you all of that vibration. Just really bringing in all the blessings. Just sitting, just enjoying. Just soaking it in. So below, as you have the earth looking at you, notice how the earth now is starting to give you its own energy as well. You know how mothers always like to look after their children? And so earth's feeding you divine earth energy that's flowing in from the earth below. And just notice how the earth is giving you a lot of love. And when you are feeling afraid and scared, notice how the earth is sending its own energy to that part of you that feels scared, that feels limited. It is going right to your root chakra, like right where you are sitting, just that place, exactly the tip of your tailbone, around that place. Imagine the earth energy just flows right there. And it's healing. It's taking away a lot of the darkness there. It's taking away the stuck energy there. And then all that beautiful gold energy from the sun above is starting to fall there as well. And cleaning and healing that whole space. And I invite you to just look at a part of you in this space, because this is what's really vibrating for the group. So this is what I want you all to clear. Just almost look at a part of you that's sitting right in your root chakra or right where you sit, like just the tip of your tailbone. And just look at that part. And then look at this little child version of you. And just notice how scared it feels. It looks very defensive on the outside, like ready to fight. But if you look inside as you go closer, you see that it's very scared. That just needs a lot of love. It wants to be heard. It wants to be seen. It wants to be loved. So just go ahead and put your hand on your inner part and say, hey, I'm sorry I didn't see you. I'm sorry you had to hide. But I see you now. And I want to tell you that I love you. I love you as you are. And I'm allowing you to show up. And now this part of you is telling you that it is so scared. It's so scared of making mistakes. It's so scared of being judged. And so just notice the beautiful green earth energy coming in from below. And it starts filling up the scared part of you. And the gold energy falling from up above. And it starts healing the scared part as well. Chipping away all these layers. But it's still very skeptical. It still doesn't believe. So your part is not believing that you are okay being you, that you're okay being yourself on the outside. So just watch as your inner part continues getting a healing from the earth and the sun. And they're slowly taking away all the fears. And now notice how there is a beautiful, bright, golden ball that appears in front of you. Like a shining golden ball. And this shining golden ball, you don't have to know, or you might see, this is your future. This ball shows you what will happen if you become unscared. So just allow your inner part to see that. Just allow it to see what happens. What happens if you release? What happens if you let go? What happens if you allow yourself to be seen? Just notice that this golden ball has a lot of light and that it doesn't need to be afraid. So just look at your inner part, your inner child, and as it looks at this golden ball, it realizes that it does not have to be afraid anymore. And so now it drops all its weapons. It drops that defensiveness and looks happily at you again. And so now you can tell your inner child, You can say that, hey, I really want you to go out and have fun now. And instead of showing me what I should be afraid of, give me courage. Tell me what I can do. And just go out, play, explore, and show me all the great things that I can do. So just look at your inner child now and look at what this little version of you is doing. Is it happy? It's running around. Maybe it's playing on the field. But just notice that now, that part of you that used to feel scared is a lot at ease. And as you stand here, just notice there's a lot more of earth energy and sun energy that is going directly into the space, really healing the space where you feel scared, where you feel that you have to hide. And it's just giving you a lot more of light so that you can step into your light. And now, as you are here, ask the earth and the sun, ask them, what is it that I should do? What are my next steps? What is my guidance? And just allow them to tell you. And these could be very simple little things that you can do so that you can express yourself more, so that you can be yourself more and enjoy that. Now, maybe you'll hear some words, maybe you'll hear some messages, you might see a vision, you might even feel like I'm imagining something. But know that whatever thought, whatever comes to you at this point in time is your divine guidance. So just tune into it. Just allow it to come. Okay. And then when you get your answers, when you get your guidance, then you can go ahead and thank the sun and the earth. And you can slowly open your eyes. You can share in the chat what came up for you, what was the guidance, how was this like? I'm very keen to hear. How was this for you as well? Yeah, Sunil, if you want to speak, you can. How was this experience for you? How was it before and
Yeah,
how was
yeah. Actually, body is very. I'm feeling heat in every part of my body. Actually,
Mhm.
so the final what guidance go ahead, things will be for better. Was the guidance last guidance it came?
Oh, very good. Very
I
good. And
started
remember,
visualizing the people who treated me badly and all. Automatically, it started coming me, and I felt that again they will come back to me on my terms like that. Like they'll
yes,
realize my potential and they'll come back to me. Like
what a
because
lovely.
I'm still feeling heavy still now. Too much heaviness and heat is too much in my body. Like
Well, you know, after, or let's say, because you run very high vibration energy. So if you've just done that for the first time, body can feel heated, body can feel cold. So it's really good that you're feeling that. Whatever your sensation is, that is great. Getting the insights is really great as well. But now you know how to run the energy, and it does not stop you. Even after this session, you can continue connecting with the earth. You can
same process we can connect. No, daily we can connect.
Yes, yes, you can do that exactly the same way. You can do it. Absolutely. Yes, that's the whole point.
How effective this guidance is as per your experience? Like
I
again,
showed you
coming
one example of how it is. For me, my life has really
because
changed.
that always that fear will be there. No, again we can't fall at this age.
Yeah, yes, yes, but the fear, it only, fear is a temporary illusion. And every time when you peel away, so whatever things you have, they're like in layers, right? Like an onion. Okay, there's an inner layer, there's an outer layer, there's an outer layer, there's an outer layer. So first of all, for example, the fear might be, oh, I can't go out and, for example, speak in front of 10 people. And then it might be a little bit more that, oh, I can't speak out in front of a whole group. And then somewhere you might even realize, oh, I'm not actually being truly authentic or like fully how I'm supposed to be, even with my family. And so you might change that. But it will change. What I've seen for me, the more and more I've done this work, it is like I can give you examples, I think, on every single area of my life in terms of looking at my relationships and how they were. I told you how depressed I was in the beginning. And life's really good now. Like I'm happy. There is, there's no,
Because actually, my past experience, if I see where I have taken this bold step regarding what will happen, let it happen, I'll move ahead. I received a huge setbacks earlier. Like it was my earlier experiences. So that yeah, fear is always like it's a built-in. What will happen? I can't take that chances and all.
yeah,
So
and that
how
is, thank you
how
for
frequently
talking.
by doing this it may change my thought pattern.
Mm-hmm. So thanks. And that is why when we tune into the group energy, there was a lot of fear, there was a lot of skepticism that we were dealing with. So you already got a healing there, but it is a continuous process, right? And it depends on what you want to do. Um, like fear of what I'm trying to say. Look, the root cause of any single thing in life where you're set back, whether it is relationships, whatever, there's always fear of some kind. We are afraid of change, we are afraid of expansion. Like there's always fear at the end. So if you're saying, hey, when will fear go away? That's the story of your life.
Yeah, it may take us to extremes now. When fear goes, it take us to some extremes. Either we'll
Yeah.
move to like or we may
Um,
step back. Like
Look, the way I teach it, because you're working with guidance, and that's why we close with, what is the guidance? What is it that I should do? When you are stepping into the divine guidance, there's actually not anything that will go really out and you will do something like really crazy. That doesn't happen. Your guidance will always be around your baby step. The beautiful thing with the guidance, because you are channeling it for yourself, it will always come in at the baby step that you are supposed to have it. Now, you got some guidance, your guidance is going to be very different to the other participants in this circle. And it will exactly match your circumstances, wherever you are at, and so on. It will never take you out of space. Now,
whatever guidance is coming, it's a divine guidance. You mean to say whatever we do, like
yes,
it's a natural process.
yes, yes, yes.
Suppose
Like
any earlier mindset is there before starting this meditation or something. No, I will receive such thing. How is that gets affected? A thought
uh,
process gets affected, or
repeat
like
that question again.
see, before starting the meditation, I may have one mindset that I may receive this guidance only like that. And after the end, I may receive the same or I may receive. different, and how it is affected, like.
Uh, your guidance that you are getting in comes from your higher self. So
Okay.
and this will happen when I'm working with a client, whether I'm reading for them or whether I'm, teaching them to work through their own blocks, or even when I'm working with me. Sometimes in the human mind, we will get very stuck on, let's say, I might be thinking really around money, that this is what I want to solve, okay? But if in my higher interest there's something else, look, all the energy is connected anyway. Whatever they have to show, your guidance will come up based on whatever it is that you need to do. But at the end of it, all energy is connected. Whether you're trying to solve for money, whether you're trying to solve for relationships or love and just being more connected, it's all connected. Like when you flow, everything is the flow, right? But whatever guidance has to come to you will come. And it may depend that, oh, you're talking that I want to have a better relationship with my mom, for example. You might talk about that, and your guidance might come in that, okay, go out and be in nature a little bit more. And you're like, what has that got to do with mom? But reality is that you needed to do that because you just needed to feel a lot more connected with yourself, um, or you needed to tune into Mother Earth and just feel that unconditional love. That could be one of the reasons why you got that. Your guidance will always come in based on your higher self and what your higher.
Like before starting this process, we should have an intention regarding what we require guidance on what aspect of our life, or just
Yes.
let it flow.
Well, that is when you are doing your own, you can do it however you wish, but I think you're bringing me on to the next slide. So, what I taught today was very much like the tip, or just a very, very tiny fraction of what I teach. I have an energy healing circle that I run weekly. So we meet weekly, we have live sessions. You can talk to me just like this, and we work real time. Every time we'll work through certain things, certain aspects in your life. And I'll teach you specific tools. Like today, we just looked at running earth energy and running sun energy. But I'll teach you more tools and how to do more things that you're able to clear more, you're able to have more. Examples of what we teach, what students get, is that they're able to sleep sleep better, just generally have a much better life. I would say that when you start the energy healing circle, and if you're doing the sessions, then that will start happening within, let's say, within the second, or at latest by the fourth session, you'll start noticing a shift in just your everyday life, in just how you feel every day. And then the rest of the things sort of are a little bit dependent on how much you have to clear, but you will notice that you have better relationships, you're able to manifest better, and it gets a lot easier as well. Um, like I'll teach you tools how to manifest. But for example, for me, if I have to manifest something, a lot of times I don't even have to do the whole process of, doing the physical manifestation. Like I'll just think and it'll happen. It's just around clearing your flow. The more you clear your energy flow, everything starts coming together. So when you are at that high vibration things just come along a lot quicker. That's what I noticed with my students as well, that with time, once they worked the initial energy blocks, because that's, like if you get into a house which hasn't been cleaned for a while, when you're cleaning it the first few times, it'll be harder because you have to perhaps clean the walls, or you have to dust the floor, you even have to clean the glass and so on. You have to clean a lot in a dusty house in the very beginning. But once you've cleaned it, then maintaining it and doing other things, it doesn't take that much time. It's a little bit the same with us because we've accumulated so much. So when we start cleaning in the beginning, it takes a little bit longer. And so the immediate shifts you'll feel are around your sleeping, just around your general well-being, and with people around you, you'll feel an immediate shift. And then, but manifesting simpler things will be a lot easier in the beginning. Um, uh, Things that you don't have resistance to as much. But later with time, like probably 6 months, 9 months down the line, and it depends on the energy work, things can be a lot faster as well. Then you start manifesting a lot more easily. If you have, let's say, sometimes people throw some negative energies. You mentioned that there are people who try and harm, or there are some unfavorable circumstances, there's some disputes. You learn how to let go of that energy so it does not bother you, so it does not harm you. Or so to say that it still works in your favor, whether that's a legal thing or just those things, but I'll teach you how to do that. And you step into your divine power. Like, life gets a lot easier and it just flows even without you having to do much about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can share more information if that is what you need. In my emails, I can share that. But the idea of doing it regularly and the idea of doing it with guidance is that then you get guidance and you can have someone to ask questions. You can reach out. It's a real-time thing as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But any other
Thank-
questions or things that you had?
Right now, no, nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. I can also touch base with you later on. Feel free to, reach out, and if there are any questions, then you can let me know.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. And I think we have a new joinee as well. So Shri Kumar, I think you came later in the session. So I don't know how much of it worked for you. How was this? And did you manage to go along with us? How was it for you? Okay. I think he's still on mute or maybe figuring out. Did you have any things to share, Nitin?
Yeah, I had some very interesting insights. So my two next steps were meditation, lots of meditation, and then connecting with a lot of people from different walks of life, different professions, like a lot of people connecting. So I think the idea of the podcasts and connecting with different is so timely right now. So those are the two guidance I got, and I've for the first time I'm feeling like energy to be able to do it. So I'm excited to sort of get onto that.
Yeah, yeah. But that will happen, the more you clear your energy, because you've cleared a lot of the baggage, the more new energy comes in, and suddenly you have more energy to do things. That's the whole shift. Because even before, when you have guidance, you don't have energy always to work through that guidance.
Yeah.
So as you work through it, you're able to tap in and you're able to get more energy for it. One thing I'll leave you with is that when you are getting any guidance, definitely go out and work through that, because you initially get, let's say, an energy burst. Like, if something is your divine guidance, the universe will give you an energy burst for it and say, okay, go out, do this. But do that, because that is how the universe will know, okay, now you need to have, this is what you're acting on, so we should give you more energy. So just go out and take some action. Whatever guidance you get, don't just keep it, because you're again even making that stuck energy. Like, move it, okay? Move it, move it. All right. I think if there's any other questions, or otherwise, we will call this a wrap. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can stay back, Sunil, if you have some questions or if there's still some chat that you want to do.
Didn't get you, madam.
I said, if you want me to stay back and answer some other questions, I can do that. But otherwise, I think this was really good. Thanks for being on the session.
No, nothing as of now, madam.
Okay, beautiful. All right.
Thank you very much for
Okay,
this.
all right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I will stop the recording.